their criticisms wasn't even really aimed at him. Rather than let those lie, he chose to drop another song baiting or getting at the same people. Here is the thing. This gave me some Jay-Z vibes. I'm gonna keep it being with you. Because to those who control the will of the people, we expect you to have really high standards. And you know, I know I'm saying a lot before I get to it, but let me just get to it directly, that we're not wasting words. Yo, Mr. Lamar, okay? First of all, the battle with you and Drake is done. Okay? You're shooting shots at the end of the game, and you're supposed to be in the locker room, like, spraying champagne over yourself, okay? That was the pop-up. We thought you were doing that. Here's where I think you look a little bit like a fraud. Because the same Kendrick who built an entire career up to this year on not only just cultural values, but we're standing for the plight of black and brown people. You got announced as a headliner by an institution, or for an institution, that has been heavily criticized for disrespecting the voice of said black and brown people, the NFL. We don't forget, and we didn't forget, that it was only a couple of years ago that niggas wasn't rocking with the NFL because, by and large, all their owners and even the commissioner was like, y'all niggas stop kneeling. It's kind of interesting how, this is what I'm saying, it falls on deaf ears. Bro, niggas say you already won the battle. Why the fuck you still, you know what you need to talk about? How do you, Mr. Self-Righteous, I call you hip-hop Jesus because that's how people look at you. A few years ago, Kendrick Lamar, Colin Kaepernick, you were the same nigga who were basically saying, yo, check this out. I stand with Colin Kaepernick. That was you. That was you. You stood with Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick stood for black people against the NFL and also against for anybody else who was opposing his voice when he was speaking out against the inequalities of black and brown people when it comes to dealing with police. So years ago, and I'll put it up. I'll put it up. Years ago, this was you in 2017. At the Forbes Under 30 Summit, you said Colin Kaepernick his protest was very important for the next generation. I agree. It's very convenient. Oh, okay, no, I'm still dissing Drake. The Drake thing is over, nigga. Remember who you are. You didn't build you might be getting your peak, the highest peak off dissing Drake, but remember who you are. You're the guy who showed up on award shows in chains. You're the guy who, even on the third verse of Not Like Us, you talked about slavery. You're the guy who's talked about oppression, and you've talked about a lot of things that, again, you're what the culture feeling. So it's so ironic that when the people who you're now partnering with, who you were standing pretty much against because you were with Colin Kaepernick only about 7 years ago, now that they've given you the Super Bowl performance, you've now done a classic Jay-Z move. Folk, it's what magicians do. Look here while I could hide it back here. Brother, we don't want to hear no more raps about you and Drake. You said the nigga's a pedophile. You're not saying nothing new now. You say he's a pedophile, he should die. Nigga, what new shit are you saying now? Oh, you think we just want to hear you just rhyme words? Okay. What new shit are you saying? Don't forget who you are. You are Mr. Culture. I stand for the people. So, I'm just wondering, since you're in the mood of addressing shit, and in my estimation, you don't drop music for 3 months. And ironically, after the NFL starts to come under fire by the same culture that you said, I'm with the culture feeling. You ironically come back with another song, but you're not addressing the culture and you're not addressing the NFL. It seems like you're addressing the fact that you were in a rap battle that everybody has said is over. You said it yourself, ain't no round two, so what are we doing? What is the post-game press conference? What is this? This is off-season? What are we doing? What we need you to address, sir, is how do you go from being a staunch advocate of Colin Kaepernick, standing with him, agreeing with his plight, saying that his stance and that you supported his protest, which was against the very same league who gave you this I guess, award, because you're headlining their halftime show. How do you go from being with Colin to now conveniently ignoring that the measures they took to pacify black people? Should I tell you what those measures were? We brought Jay-Z in. Should I tell you what those measures were? Jay-Z later brought you in. That's what we want to hear. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, we want to. Oh, okay. You diss Drake again? Wait, is that like that's some new crazy shit? Don't forget who you are. So, we'll break down your lyrics on this. But I'm waiting for you to address the reason why Colin Kaepernick is still outside of the league. By the way, I don't give two fucks if he's outside of the league, me personally, but I'm not you. I didn't build my career on songs like We Gonna Be Alright, and I didn't sit there with the like towing the the picket line or rocking with the picket. I've never been that, but you have. So I get it. This year, you got the biggest leap in your career, not because of, and you might have paraded it like that. Oh, it's because I'm the culture. No. You got the biggest leap of your career for hating. And it's the same reason why 3 months later, after people have given you the battle, you dropped another song, seemingly still hating. Don't forget who you are. That's all I'm saying. Because you're starting to look a little bit like a hypocrite. And now, granted, you could diss Drake and you have the right to for eternity. Turn up, twin. Go ahead. But don't try to do what magicians do. Drop some shit for us to look here while you're doing all of this shit behind our backs. We just want to know how you go from rocking with Colin Kaepernick to now trying to distract us from the fact that you've accepted the Super Bowl Performing Act. You see, we didn't forget. We did not forget. You see, back in 2018 when everybody was on that plight, and we don't hold everybody to the same standard, but I remember Rihanna was on that same wave too. She said, I love Colin. Fuck the Super Bowl. Rihanna Super Bowl 2018. Colin Kaepernick. That's where y'all rappers and y'all celebrities jumped in. Back in 2018, the chart-topping singer rejected an offer in order to show support for Colin Kaepernick. I'm wondering what changed for both y'all. But we don't really expect and hold Rihanna to any type of standard. But Kendrick, we do for you. You built your whole career on it. What changed for you? You dissing Drake at this point don't do nothing. Shit, Drake dissing you don't do nothing. Battle's over. It's written in stone. It's gonna go down bigger. Listen, bigger than what? Yeah, it's gonna go down bigger than Tupac and Biggie. It's gonna go down bigger than Jay-Z and Nas. LL Cannabis. Ice Cube, NWA. It's over. So I look at this and you know, I know some of y'all are gonna be like, oh my God, no, you're kind of hurt because of. No, I'm actually happy that he dropped. Like, this isn't a hit. This is a song that's almost like kind of baiting. Like, he's almost like trying to, like, it's almost like, it's kind of funny that he did the Super Bowl thing where he says there's no round twos, but clearly he believed there's a round two because it feels like you're trying to bait a nigga into a round two or into dropping another diss, which it ain't coming. So again, personally, if you ask me, I believe I'm glad this happened because I was starting to think that Kendrick Lamar was impervious to mistakes, was impervious to missteps, and was impervious to anything that could make him look human. The mere fact is this. He got announced as a Super Bowl headliner. The Super Bowl itself, as a league and organization and a conglomerate, took some heat. Rock Nation, even though they do scummy shit all the time, they're used to the heat. And by sheer proximity, Kendrick took some heat. And instead of allowing the culture, remember he said, I'm what the culture feeling. Well, a lot of people have been saying Wayne was the culture been feeling for the Super Bowl shit, but it's okay. Instead of allowing that to be what it is, he couldn't sit by and let the narrative go. Something told him, and by the way, I actually believe this song is one of the songs where it's like, how many stock do I really got to stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus. Yeah, I think this is a +5. I think this is, I haven't confirmed it, but I think this is one of them joints I heard that he was dying to drop after the battle. When it was already kind of understood that, okay, you got it. Then I heard it was, it's supposed to be on the album. He's trying to find a reason to drop it. And I guess this was probably the best reason you can find. Again, I want to be very clear here, and I'm not trying to be, you know, I've said hip hop is like politics when it comes to this Drake and Kendrick thing. So if you're a Kendrick fan, there's nothing I'm gonna ever say that's ever gonna make you feel like, oh, he's making a point. And also, if I'm a Drake fan, if I ever say something that y'all feel like goes off whatever y'all think, I'll be like, oh, I can switch sides. Or Kendrick fans just don't believe that, you know, I could have an impartial opinion. I get it. It's definitely like politics. However, I don't think the song's whack, but I do think it's a misstep. I don't think you need to drop one of these cryptic tracks addressing Drake, subliminally addressing the moment when you have been heralded and given that much praise, especially from the last song you dropped, which was Not Like Us, which still to this day is top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. So when I seen this song, I said, oh wow, good, he's human. Okay, he made a misstep. So, not because he's whack, not because he's not lyrical, it's just that this was a bad move. You get what I'm saying? It's a bad move. Like, dog, this is a time you could, you know, a guy with the Infinity Stones, like as I've said Kendrick has at the moment, why the hell would you still even entertain that when you could do anything? You could have used, you know, I'm glad you mentioned Lecrae a couple times on the record, but shit, I'm pretty sure he's lit now. I think he just actually responded, right? Lecrae. Am I spelling his name right? Wrong? I probably gonna spell his name wrong, right? Am I? Oh, it's LEC. My bad. I'm sorry, Chad. LEC. Right. I think he did respond, and he said, "Love you. Always here." Right. That was a very dope and noble shout out, by the way, Kendrick. Here's the thing. It would have been also nice if maybe you gave a timely shout out to YG before he sold 7,000 records. Gave one to Mustard before he sold like 14,000 records. Gave one to maybe, Schoolboy Q and them before. I'm just saying. Again, there's no shade or nothing like that, but, I'm confused here by the strategy of Kendrick. I'm going to be honest with you. This is confusing to me. Anyway, I'll run the song back again and we'll probably get into some lyrics. Here we go.